NCAA basketball totals for Thursday, January 5th. This is where we look at some games in college basketball and try to beat the odds makers, either going over or under the total that they have set of what they think the final is going to be on these games. We got 3 on the card today, and we're doing okay in college basketball so far this year. Don't forget, we also have our NBA segment that covers the same topic, and be on the lookout for that one because we're going to start doing that one live. So that's going to be a little nerve-wracking for me, but a lot of fun. We want to make sure we get some feedback from you guys out there. Be sure to share it, and get the word out that we're going live on some of this, on some of the content that we're going to be doing for Sportsbook Review. It's going to be a blast. I hope you guys really like it. I hope you guys are getting a lot of good information. Don't forget to check out Sportsbook Review. We got all the odds. We got sportsbooks there, sign-up bonuses. It's a great place to, go ahead and check out some lines as well. We got sbrpicks.com where we got a ton of free picks. We got our YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Be sure to check us out. And let's go ahead. Let's dive into some picks today. Here we go. We got the first one here, Purdue and Ohio State. Oddsmakers have it at 144, and I'm going over. Purdue could score, so can Ohio State. And I have one main point, though, why I like the over on this one. First, let's talk about some numbers. We've got Purdue averaging 84.5 points per game, Ohio State averaging 74.6. Now, both teams are allowing about 64, 65 points per game. So 2 good offenses and 2 good defenses, and they match up the same percentage-wise. You're talking about a Purdue team that shoots 49% from the floor. Ohio State shoots about 48%. And defensively, they're great. You got Ohio State allowing 38%, while Purdue, they're allowing just 40%. So who's going to step up? I think it's going to be offenses. And this is why. Oddsmakers have it at 144. Oddsmakers have not had a total this high between Ohio State and Purdue in the last 10 years. They haven't had a total over 140 between these two teams. So something doesn't seem quite right, and I think this is a good time to go ahead and jump on that. This is my favorite play of the day, actually. I like over this 144 because that line just seems a little bit off, and sometimes you got to go ahead and check out that inefficiency and try and make a play out of it. Could they go under? Sure. Maybe the buckets don't drop, but according to odds makers, they think this is going to be pretty fast tempo and they're going to make shots. I think so too. So I'm going to go over the 144 with Purdue and Ohio State. Next one up, we got Minnesota Northwestern. Northwestern, good team. Good team. They're going to be pretty tough in that Big Ten. Odds makers have this at 136.5. I'm going under in this one. Both teams can score. I'm going the opposite way on this. The number odds makers said, nothing crazy at 136.5. Last time these two met up, it was 134. The time before that, 141. So we're not too far off this number, nothing crazy. And then before that, we had the Billy Carmody years at Northwestern where they had that Princeton offense real slow. But the reason why I like the under is their defensive percentages. Minnesota is shooting they're scoring 77.8 points per game. Northwestern, 75.9 points per game. But it's 136.5 because of this. Northwestern is allowing opponents to shoot 38.4% from the floor. That ranks 22nd in the country. Minnesota, even better. They're allowing opponents to shoot 37.9% from the floor. That ranks 17th in the country. So their scoring defenses are really solid, with Northwestern allowing 64 points, Minnesota allowing about 66. So I like under the total, that 136.5. I think this is going to be a good defensive battle. 2 pretty good coaches here, too. So it's going to be a good one. But I like under that 136.5. And the last one we got up, and I'm going over on this one with Utah and Arizona, 141. And that actually looks too high when I think of Utah. But when I think of Utah, I think of Rick Majerus back in the day. Arizona, though, they play some really good defense. But I like over this total. Utah right now, they're actually getting up and down the floor. They're scoring 80 points a game. Arizona, 74 points per game. This game's in Arizona. Arizona's going to be able to score. Both of them play solid defense, but both of them could score. You got right now Utah shooting 50% from the floor, over 50%. They rank 6th in the country in shooting percentage. That is really good. Arizona, not bad, 47.6% from the floor. That ranks in the top 40. Defensively, Arizona is pretty much better across the board. Really good defensive percentages, as we're going to expect from Arizona. Now, the last 4 games these teams have played, they've played under the total of what oddsmakers had. Last year, oddsmakers had at 144, and they went under at a 70-64 final. Then 2 years ago, they played to a really low total, 63-57. Oddsmakers had that one at 125.5. So they were down, then they went back up a little bit too high, because both teams could score a bit last year, and now they're kind of meeting in the middle this third year here. But they've gone under quite a bit. I don't think they do it in this matchup, though. Both these teams can score. Their shooting percentages are solid. The pace is not going to be super fast. That's the only part that gets me. Arizona goes slow. 54.5 attempts per game. That ranks outside the top 300 teams. And Utah, they go a little bit faster, a little bit quicker than that, not by much. Still, I think the shooting percentages are going to be there. That 141 looks too big, but it's not. I believe they get over that total. So I'm going to go back over between Utah and Arizona. That's going to be a really good matchup too. All right, let's go ahead and break this down one more time. We got Purdue, Ohio State over the 144, and this is a numbers play where odds makers have not made a total this high since forever. Minnesota, Northwestern under 136.5, two teams with great defensive percentages. And Utah, Arizona, probably the toughest one out of these three. I'm going over the 141, where I think they're both going to be able to score. And I think they're going to get up and down just a little bit. They're going to surprise some people. It's a late game, so they're going to have some fun. Those are our 3 NCAA basketball picks on the totals, and I wish you luck on your picks today.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.